different different ways, and we've all kind of lost this art of communication. Do you know what I mean? That we've been, as Ashley said, we've been maybe reaching out to family and friends, not necessarily just from business, but from our personal life as well, on Zoom. We've also, from a business point of view, we have been messaging people. Now, when you message people, yeah, it gives you a little bit of a time to think about what you're going to say. So when somebody comes back to you with a message, you go, how do I respond back? So we've all had this time to think about what to say and how to say it. Do you agree with me? But people have lost the art of spontaneous communication, being able to just have a conversation. And what's interesting is that we've had a couple of trainings for our team locally, and one of the things that a lot of people are saying is that they're feeling a little bit, not say scared, but they just feel stuck. They feel like they don't know what to say or how to say it because we've just got out of practice. Does that make sense? So what I'd like to do is I want to give you a bit of information about the products, and then what I've done a business presentation that is really looking at things slightly differently, and to really talk about how, as Ashley said, maybe talking to people who, this presentation is really for people that are already in business maybe, especially if they're in the beauty industry or sports therapists or personal trainers, anybody who already has a client base, basically. But then we might be sharing the information, but you think, how do I start the process? Do you know what I mean? Ashley said that your potential is huge, but everybody's feeling a little bit, but how do I do it? How do I say it? How do I get going? Who feels a bit stuck like that? It's all right saying it's going to be great, but it's how do you actually take the first step? Yeah? Because we have all been locked away, and we have all been saying to people, send a message and come on a Zoom meeting, and that's all changed. So Ashley's mentioned this book, and I want to just kind of explain a little bit about this before I kind of talk really about I'm going to talk about the new products, and I'm going to go on to that. But one of the things you could start by doing is getting this book, right? So the very first step is to buy the consistency chain for network marketers. Because by doing that, that is one step to the next step to the next step. Now, as it says, it's called the consistency chain, because one of the biggest things that anything we do with our lives, that people struggle to be consistent. Yeah? And it's all about, as Ashley's already said, that we sometimes panic and we think to get massive results, we've got to do massive activity. Yeah? In our profession, a lot of people have been told that's what you've got to do. Massive activity to get massive results. That is not true. What is better is a small amount, but on a consistent basis. So it's kind of turning everything on its head where people, oh, what I need to be doing is, I need to be going out and doing loads of flyers. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go out and give 2,000 flyers. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah? And then what happens when you're giving out 2,000 flyers? How many do you get back? Responses back? 1%? 2%? Yeah? And then you go, that won't work. I'm not doing it anymore. I've just gone and given out 2,000. And it just doesn't work that way. And life is like that. Now this book is amazing, and it will get you to understand why you just cannot do the kind of activities that often we're told to do in network marketing. Isn't that interesting? So, just a little tip about this book. These two guys that wrote it, George and Jim, did you know that 80%, you've heard of the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of people do not have the ability to set long-term goals. 80%. And that is because of the way that 80% of people's brains are wired. Has anybody heard of the marshmallow theory? No? Well, I'm going to share it with you. So, getting back to, has anyone heard of the Pareto theory? Yes. So the Pareto theory was actually brought around by a guy over in Italy, where he was trying to work out why it was that in Italy 20% of the workforce created 80% of the capital or whatever, yeah? And he looked at all of this, and then he went into it in more and more detail, and the more he looked at it, he realised that everything worked down to 80-20. Now I'm sure for the ladies in the room, you can agree that you wear 20% of your wardrobe 80% of the time. Yeah? Yeah? And everything is 80-20. And that is because of the way that our brains wired. So back in the 60s, there was a test done. They got 300 5-year-olds, which was a bit of a thing in its own, 300 5-year-olds. And one by one, they went into a room and gave them a marshmallow and said, if you don't eat that marshmallow in 15 minutes, when I come back in the room and you've still got the marshmallow, you can have another one. Right? Guess what percentage of children ate the marshmallow? 80%.
Really?
80% of children ate the marshmallow, 20% didn't. They took that same group of children as they got older to see how they were performing through school. They could see the 80% that ate the marshmallow were not doing so well at school as the 20%. They saw the same thing when it went to college and then as they got older. And then finally, because of science, they were able to give an MRI scan on the brains of these 300 now adults to see what their brain, how the brain worked. And with 100% accuracy, they could work out which of those adults ate the marshmallow. Fascinating. And that is because 80% of people actually think and act from the back of their brain. And it's all to do with really cavemen times and how the 80% mindset is set, and you can't change it, to instant gratification. Instant gratification, that you can only do things if it makes you feel good or you're going to get a result straight away. Right? 20% of people think from the front. And those 20% of people have the ability to set long-term goals, will wade through treacle, and whatever comes their way, they'll go, I'll press on regardless, I'll press on regardless. So what is really fascinating is that you can't change the way you're wired. And that is why 80% of people will only do activity consistently if they've had instant gratification. And George, he thinks as an 80%er, and Jim thinks as a 20%er. And I will tell you right now, when you read this book, you will go, that's me, that's me, that's me. And you will be able to work out how you think. Now, what is fascinating is that if you, generally speaking, the way that the mind, the 80% mind works, everything has to be done through easy, safe, and pleasurable experiences, ESPs. And what do we tend to say within our business model when you're talking to somebody? Oh, you know, our business is really easy. Yeah, it's flexible. You can fit it into the nooks and crannies of your life. So what we're doing, we are saying to people that think with an 80% mindset, we're giving them those ESP thoughts. And then what do we say? When we join the team, we go, right, now you've got to get out of your comfort zone. You've got to do everything you don't like doing. And then we keep saying, if you keep doing it, you'll get the results, you get the results. And what you have to do is go talk to loads of people you don't know. You've got to get out of your comfort zone, feel the fear and do it anyway. All the language that 80% of people can't cope with, right? And then what often happens is that people go, you know what, this is too hard, I'm doing all of this. I'm not getting the results, it doesn't feel right, I might as well go and stay doing that job. I know I don't like the job, but I'm getting instant gratification, I'm getting paid each month for it. Do you see what I mean? So what this book is going to do is set the scene to understand how to communicate to all of these people, as Ashley said, will need to find a way to make some changes. And so the consistency chain is all about doing less activity, but consistently. It's about doing the activity that you think, I've been told I should be doing more, but who's telling you to do more? Generally speaking, who are the people who are on the stage at our Success Day? The 20%ers. The 20%ers that will go, we will carry on, come what may. Yeah? Yeah, this is what you need to do. You need to be making 20 phone calls a day. Yeah? You need to be doing all of this activity. Why? Because they're prepared to do it. So the 20% leaders are talking to the 80% mindset, and they wonder why they don't come back next month. Because they're going, I can't do that. Now what's fascinating, I know from reading this book, my mind is a 20% mindset. Ashley's an 80% mindset. Why do I share that? It's because Ashley's a successful businessman, I'm a successful businesswoman, but when you know how to program your brain to do the activity that suits you, you can be successful. And as Ashley said, slow everything down. And one of the things we've been doing with our team, we said, read the book. Those people that want to get it, kind of connect, we say to them, just do one activity a day. One! And what is that one activity a day? Everybody thinks it's about speaking to one person about the business, speaking to somebody about the product. That's not true. It's doing one activity with your business every day. One activity. So, Amanda, you've been in the business 21 years. What kind of activities do you do around network marketing?
Well, follow-ups, customer calls.
Customer calls, follow-ups. What else?
Keeping your system.
Keeping your system. Yeah.
Doing the training, reading the books.
Yeah. What about, what other things do you do in network marketing?
Using products, getting more belief in the products, talking to people about that.
Yeah. What other things?
Getting organised and ready for helping team.
Yeah.
Getting out there and talking to people.
Yeah. So there's so many different things that we do, activities that we do. So even on a day when you're having, when you have one of those grumpy days. You know those grumpy days when you think, you have a grumpy day. Why not read for half an hour? Because you touched your business that day and you kept the consistency going. You had an ESP, easy, safe and pleasurable. You have been instant gratification. That's what your brain works, and you can continue. And if you keep going, you will get the results. I will tell you, you will get the results, but what most people do, they overestimate what they can achieve in a short period of time and underestimate what they can achieve long term. But 80% of people do not have the ability to set a goal or a plan to get to manager. So Ashley and I don't work manager plans with our team because it's not worth it. Because most people can't even think. I've worked with people in the team who said, I now understand why I keep thinking, why can't I do this? Because they can't get past. This book says do not set anything further than 3 days. Just work 3 days. Yeah? You think, oh, tomorrow I'm going to make one phone call. Next day, I read my book. The next day, I'm going to go and chat to my neighbour and say, excuse me, these are 2 new products that the company's just brought out. I'm looking at some feedback. Would you just try these for me? That's it. And you think, oh, I've done those 3 things. Start again 3 days later. And if you set those kind of activity, anyone can do it. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
This is where it's getting exciting because it's all changing, right? And the other thing is, we've all thought, as Ashley said, you know, being online has been something that people have had to do. And what's starting to happen now, people are realising that they've been told for a long time it's all about getting online. And we've all been forced online, and now everybody wants to get offline. And I'm working with a marketing guy at the moment, and he said that all businesses in all different industries are struggling online because there's too much online. People are overwhelmed, and people are going, I can't be online so many hours. So people are reducing the amount of time they're online, and then they are being choosy about what they look at online. And then unless you have the ability to really stand out online, you're really going to struggle. So what could be something that is really impacting with our business? Face-to-face, talking to people, learning the art of communication. And you know, sometimes you don't even have to say anything from around this way. But you know, for sometimes just doing this is all we need as humans. Would you agree? Because we've all lost that. And so many people, just like, as I say, in what I train on in health and wellness, so many people will announce to the world, I'm going on a diet, because they know they can come off it. They're prepared to do these things short term. You know, during lockdown, who actually had children at home and homeschooled? Yeah? You were prepared to do it in lockdown, because I'm going to do this, yeah, to get through COVID. Are you prepared to do it long term? One of these days is doing that. No, you don't want to continue homeschooling?
Hell
Hell no. So what we're trying to say is that we were all prepared to do these things short term because we kind of felt, well, it's not going to be forever, yeah? And that's why a lot of the activity, people think, well, I'm going to do this, and now people are just, it's overwhelmed, had enough, overwhelmed. And so if we can slow everything down and start to talk to people again, see people as humans, enjoy the journey, take out, when people are saying, go faster, no, go slower. Yeah? And I think that is important. Now, I've brought all the skincare on here, and I'm not going to be talking all about the skincare because I'm going to do, is this alright? Should we do 15 minutes and carry straight on with that, unless you want a 5-minute leg stretch?
5 minutes stretch.
Yeah, 5 minutes, yeah, toilet break. So I just wanted to talk about the new products, and if you've got any questions in this kind of quick 15-minute bit, please just ask me. And then of course, any of the skincare and anything at all, I'm going to be around in the bar or in here, whatever, so you can chat on a one-to-one. But I just think what Ashley and I were saying, we needed to say it just to kind of set the scene a little bit, rather than going straight into talking about this doesn't have any sulfates in. Right, so one of the most important things about moving forward is that the company is constantly looking at what is out there, and things will change. And things are going to change all the time because life changes all the time. So when people say, oh, that product went, you know, when people are living in the past of the Sonia serum, oh, has anybody got a Sonia serum? Well, very soon that Sonia serum is going to be reacting on your face because it's going to be out of date. All right? So we have to bless and release the Sonia serum. All right?
Last week again.
The Sonia serum.
Oh, dear.
Right, so the shampoo and conditioner. One of the things about our products is that, I mean, who is using these?
Yeah.
Who thinks these are amazing? Absolutely amazing. First of all, just a few things about the products. is that obviously it's your aloe and jojoba. We have in here rosehip oil, which is an oil that is more what's known as a dry oil, and that means that it's great. It's dry, but it moisturizes, so you can massage it into the scalp. Remember, aloe loves skin, and I don't know if you've noticed, but on your head you've got skin. It's called a scalp, and so aloe is perfect for all your skin, everywhere around your body, including your scalp. So it's perfect for all hair types, as well as people have different challenges with their skin. We have jojoba in here, and what we've done is we have taken back to listen to what Forever Business Owners wanted and taken back some of the ingredients that we had in our previous aloe and jojoba shampoo. You know, the one that was purple and white?
Yeah.
That one. So some of those are, because we've listened. Sulfate free. Now what that means is that the sulfates, sodium lauryl sulfate, yeah, is what people go, oh, we don't want that in products. But please remember, a lot of our products, when we had sodium lauryl sulfate in our products before, we took our sodium lauryl sulfate from coconuts. We take it from natural sources. Other companies would take the ingredients from synthetic sources, and those are the ones that always had a little bit of a challenge. So, but we decided just to take sulfates out anyway, just because it's too hard to keep saying ours is derived from coconuts and somebody else is synthetic. They go, yeah, well, you would say that. So you know what I mean? You know the neckheads out there, they get always finding a way to say they're not interested. It's fine. So what we have in here, we actually use coconuts, okay? And that is means that with it sulfate free, but it still has the ability to help to foam, because sodium lauryl sulfate is something that is a foaming agent. So we've replaced it with coconuts. What else can I say about this product? Sometimes people will say, can you use these products on treated hair? Chemical treated hair, yeah, enhanced, chemically enhanced hair, and you can, but the reason it doesn't say on the container is because if you start to want to put that on a container, you've then got to go through another rigorous scenario to kind of get it to the trials and the tests just to actually put it on the label. When you start to put more things on a label, like saying perfect for chemically treated hair, people that don't have chemically treated hair will go, oh, that's not for me then. So you're shrinking your market by the more that you put on there. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. The same thing for children. Is it okay for children to use on their hair? Is it okay for, well, we know babies shouldn't be putting shampoo on their newborn heads anyway, but could you use this instead of a baby shampoo, basically, yeah? Of course you can. But of course, once again, we'd have to go through the whole scenario, and if it said on the label, it's baby shampoo, someone who's got chemically enhanced hair will go, well, that's not for me then. Do you see what I mean? You end up shrinking your market. The same thing that it's probably not a good idea to say perfect for dogs, because people go, I'm not a dog. It's not for me then, right? So when it comes to all those questions that you'll get from people, you just say, yes, it's absolutely fine. One question that will come up about our products, because you know when people go, I need to read the label, you know when they get the magnifying glass out and they go, I'm going to catch you out. Yeah, one of those. Now some people may go, oh, it's on the conditioner or the, I can't remember which one it's in now, I think it's in the shampoo. Yeah, it's in the shampoo. Dimethicone, people go, oh, you've got dimethicone in your products. Caught you out. Does anybody know what dimethicone is? No? It's a silicone. So people go, oh, you've got silicones in your products. And of course we say we don't, our products don't contain things like silicones. Well, what is interesting is that with shampoo, you can't just look at an ingredient and think, look at the ingredient in isolation. It's exactly the same thing with vitamins and minerals. You can't look at vitamins and minerals in isolation. That's what happens with our supplements. People go, oh, I'm looking for a product that's got the most vitamin D, and I get that the whole time, right? And then looking at that, and again, no, you don't look at that, you look at the proprietary blend and how everything with it, all the other botanicals and everything, complements. Yeah, so that's how it works. So what you need to do with the shampoo, what's the shampoo for? Washing your hair, okay? Now, to wash your hair is great, but does it actually say on the label you need to rinse it out? Get rid of any shampoo in your hair, yeah? Yeah, so you don't leave shampoo in your hair, do you? Leave it in, you have to wash it out. So dimethicone is it's a silicone that is like a wetting agent and a spreading agent. So it helps to make the product become a shampoo, yeah? But then what our company has done is chosen a dimethicone specifically because it's been shown to be environmentally friendly and it is biodegradable. So the biggest scenario about silicones out there is the fact that they are not biodegradable, but ours is. So it's environmentally friendly and it's doing the job as a shampoo, but it's also looking after the environment. Yeah? People are that plastics, aren't they? We know that we have good plastics and bad plastics, exactly the same. You need to think it that way. So the conditioner, a lot of people say, why would I use a conditioner? Or why we have the shampoo as a sample and we don't have a conditioner sample? And that is because 2-in-1 people around the world will only use a shampoo, they won't use a conditioner, so the company decided not to bring out a conditioner sample. But the conditioner has been specifically designed to complement the shampoo. So if you're someone that hasn't used a conditioner before, yeah, I would suggest you try using it because they work really well together. Our old product said, it said conditioning rinse on it. This is a conditioner, it's a completely different product. The conditioning rinse is more of a lotion, and this is a cream, right? So it's a different product. And by using this, because of the way it's been formulated, it has been designed specifically to help the hair feel and appear thicker. Now you can't say it thickens your hair because you're making a medical claim, but it helps your hair to feel and appear thicker. All right, that's how you can market it. The other thing is that, you know, sometimes with people, I have quite curly hair, but when you use the conditioner, you can literally get your hands through your hair. And the other great thing about using this product is that not only is it great for your hair, but also it's great for your pocket. And that is because it's been designed, in most cases, not all cases, depends on everybody's hair, to not necessarily have to use finishing products. I used to use, before to style my hair, to stop it being, not say frizzy, but so fly away. I don't have to put that in my hair anymore, okay? Because it controls your hair more. So this also is its complement. It's got the rosehip and the argan oil. And then finally, I'm going to have a 5-minute break. The aloe lotion. Who loves this? Yeah, who's tried it?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So the aloe lotion is followed on from the old aloe lotion, is the body lotion. And as the name implies, it has been designed specifically for the body. Now, one of the things that is important to understand is that the skin on our body is different from the skin on our face. So if people say, oh, can I use this? Yeah, you can use it everywhere, from head to toe, basically, but I wouldn't be putting it on the face because of what's in it. There are botanicals in there that might be a little bit too, everybody's skin's different, yeah, but maybe a little bit too strong for the face. So if you get some on the face, don't worry about it. But if you have a customer that asks you, can I use this on my face? You know, we have a range of products for our skin, and literally in 30 seconds, people generally think the Infinite range is for mature people and the Sonia range is for young people, and then the Target's for people in between. I've heard people say that. That isn't right. This is the simplest way to understand the skincare products, right? I say to people, would you say your skin at this moment in time, because everybody's skin fluctuates, did you know that? Is your skin generally drier or oilier? And depending, doesn't matter the age, forget the age, yeah? If your skin is generally drier, then the hydrating cleanser, because it's creamy, is the one for you. If your skin is oilier or combination, then use the Sonia one. That's literally, and can you use them both? Of course you can, because remember, your skin can be changing month to month anyway. Yeah, so that's the important thing. And it would be exactly the same when it comes to the moisturisers as well. Yeah, if your skin is feeling, that's your drier one, your combination oilier one, and you can swap them round. So we have to let go of thinking this is for old people, that's for young people, and they're for people in between. Right? And then there's a reason why these two are silver. These are our anti-aging products, right? So anti-aging, that once again, people can have, they could be using this and this with this, yeah? Because someone who has older skin, their skin tends to be oilier or combination. And you know what, anti-aging, the age of 20 aging. You can't quite see it, but it's going on the side. So they could be used. Why are they used together? Is because we have in our skin collagen and elastin. And collagen and elastin from the age of 20 starts to break down. You don't know that, but it's down to the fact of these little chains called peptides. And these peptide chains are the things that stimulate collagen. The peptide chains are the things that stop being so efficient. So to stimulate collagen, we need some peptide chains. So this product is basically putting peptide chains on your skin. So that's, in simple terms, how it's working, right? But it's a bit like a magnet. You know when you've got a magnet, you need two things for a magnet, don't you? Yeah? So that's the thing you need for a magnet, so it goes. Because that is your collagen. That's your peptide chains to stimulate the collagen. That's how they work, as simple as it gets. Right? And that can happen at all ages. And you know how we also have peptide chains are everywhere. We want to put a few peptide chains in our eyelids, don't we? Yeah, because there's your peptide chains for your eyelids. Right, well I'm going to stop there because I could go on and on and on, but you can ask me more. I just wanted to kind of keep the basics of how that works.